The arts are just uniquely human. It's our first language, and that's something that we know from a very early age resonates. When Arts for Learning talks about growing up with the arts, we want to serve kids from 0 to age 18. We really look at what are the skills that kids need to have that are going to be relevant to them at that time period in their life. We knew from our own research and from what's out there nationally, the greatest brain development is happening, in those first few years. Now there's all the research around the word gap, and that children who hear more words and who are able to contextualize those words and make meaning really have a head start on their learning. You really have to start from infancy. And we decided that we needed to start partnering with preschools, that we needed to start this exposure to the arts to help children really get a head start on learning at the very beginning.
We learn through our 5 senses. So we try to treat the whole child, and the child is kinesthetic, so they need to touch, they need to feel, they need to hear, and they need to see.
First movement, up and down. Do it up and down.
I'm a mover, I'm a dancer, so I like to incorporate movement into everything. And I use the arts, I use the movement, I use the choreography, the terms, I use the scarves, I use all of that. And teachers, they may want to teach like ordinal numbers, just first, second, and third. And I taught all of that through movements. I taught all of that through the arts. At that age, they have to move, they have to do something. So go ahead and get them up. You can be a kinetic learner, you can be a visual learner, you can be an audio learner. And with the arts, it opens up that world to make it approachable for every single child.
The arts can help children of all abilities, with their cognitive development, their physical development, their social, emotional development. And so we have Saturday programs for children with special needs. We have a program called Youth Arts in the Park that we partner on. It's like an art club that children and families can come to and participate in, and the arts is basically the glue. It's the activity that brings all of these kids together.
I brought him here because the advertisement said that it was for children to learn to express their emotion through the arts. And he was having some issues with, emotional outbursts, not knowing how to really control his temper. And I feel he's come a long way because of his involvement with the program.
Lewis Art Studio, first of all, is like magic zone. We get this core group of kids that come in. Of course, it starts during the summertime, and we have them for such an intense period. And they all come in, some have been here before, some they're brand new to it, wide-eyed and feeling not so sure about themselves. And through just the practice of every day for hours and hours, working, thinking, talking, considering, interacting with one another, having to critique one another's work. It's just a burst, a complete burst. And as a teaching artist, this has been the most profoundly rewarding experience that I've ever had.
We started an internship program in the arts called Artworks. These internships are actually about having students create art and to be artists.
Art, and in my particular case, dance isn't necessarily just a simple thing where you just go out there, boogie however you want, and then you're done. So we want to produce a show. Now we have to produce a budget. So the kids can't just think, oh, we're going to do a show and that's it. They have to think, wow, there's a cost to this. What is it going to cost for us to make my dream come true? Where am I going to get the funding to make my dreams come true? And then they begin to get a more sophisticated or maybe more mature outlook on the industry as a whole.
These internships are actually about having students create art and to be artists. Their offices are studios and theater spaces, and the reason why that's so important is because they need to learn about the creative process, and they need to learn about what it takes to be able to go from a creative idea and to take that into something that is practical and real.
My favorite part about the Artworks program was, I would have to say, the creating of our own choreography, because it like working with Mr. Bahia, it helped me to tap into like a different side of dance. Like everything doesn't have to be exact. Sometimes accidents turn into choreography. It helped me to think outside of the box.
We're bringing children and youth together who live in vastly different parts of the community, different neighborhoods, different socioeconomic backgrounds. And what's bringing them together is a common interest. By Arts for Learning, making sure that we have programming from infancy through high school. Our dream is that, we're growing up side by side with these children, that they have an opportunity in their preschool time, in their after school time, during their school day, throughout high school, that they are exposed to the arts, that they're connected to Arts for Learning or other cultural organizations in the community to really make sure that they're always feeling nourished, that they're always feeling supportive, that they're really feeling prepared to thrive in this world.